Hey yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Son Rondu, and welcome back to the Fusion Struggle Podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything whenever we want. And of course, to my right, we have a rebel. We have a ghost. We have a man with a plan. An architect, if you will. We have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ghost, the Rebel.
Usually you do a countdown, and I was like brushing my beard, and right when you came into it, I'm like mid-brush, so I look pretty stupid in the camera. Thanks, man. How you doing? How y'all doing? Oh my God.
Yeah. Whenever we do these sorts of episodes, random shit always happens, and this is one of them, so it's never not going to be a random, regular episode. But we here now. Fuck it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
WrestleMania 41. We have a lot to talk about.
That's some bullshit. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Hey, we got a lot to talk about. And to be honest, I don't even really know where. I mean, I know where to begin, the beginning. But a lot of this isn't really going to be in order with how my notes are. So we're kind of going to be a little sporadic in regards to night one.
I am sporadic. I also chaotic. Yeah. Very. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of that, all that shit. And so, yeah, welcome to WrestleMania 41, the Fallout episode. So the first thing I want to talk about, we're gonna talk about my dog Jey Uso. Yeet, you know what I'm saying? New World Heavyweight Champion. He captured the World Heavyweight Championship by making Gunther submit. He made Gunther tap out, which I didn't. So for me, it was kind of like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I thought the match was pretty evenly paced for the most part. Gunther being Gunther, of course, laying them chops, smacking the shit out of Jey, of course. And Ghost was right in regards to if Jey, I think you said if Jey started the show off first, then he was going to be champion.
Absolutely.
So initially, me and both Ghosts were right when it came to our prediction. When it came to Jey Uso versus Gunther, Jey Uso was the winner. The World Heavyweight, he's the new World Heavyweight Champion. And so, we fused correctly, which is great. And bro, I actually want to ask you this question.
Yes.
What was your initial reaction to Jey Uso making Gunther tap out in this year's WrestleMania?
I thought it was a really good way to go about it. I mean, even if he hit like the frog splash, I'm sorry, not the frog splash. No, it was the frog splash, the Uso splash. There you go.
Yeah. If
it would have won that way, that would have been cool. The tap out came to a surprise, but the fact that we rarely have seen Gunther tap out, and I totally forgot about the Ilya Dragunov thing because one, I didn't watch NXT. But tapping someone like Gunther out is a rare thing to do, let alone pin the man. But the fact that they went with the submission victory was like, okay, this is a whole different type of feel to Jey Uso. Like, because it kind of played into the storytelling of, okay, you did the splashes, you did the spears, the super kicks. In his head, if I was Jey Uso, I'm thinking that's not enough to get you out of here. I got to make this even more poetic. I'm going to tap you out, but also give the visual of Gunther choking out Jimmy. Like, oh, I'm going to get my lick back proper. And I thought that was really good. And apparently, some people online didn't like that. Fuck them. That's number one. Number two, it ain't that deep. Number three, reference number one and number two. But I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, that's what's up. And kind of going back to what I said, it surprised me that Jay even did that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, this is something new. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, especially for Jay, you know what I'm saying? Because of course we got the fucking IWC, you know, and then we got the other critics, you know, Joe Russo and them, you know, talking about Jay this, Jay that, what he can't do versus what he always does. Like, okay, well, let's show these niggas what happened. You know what I'm saying? I tapped Gunther out. You know what I'm saying? In regards to the finish, Jay winning by submission. Did it feel satisfying, or would you have liked a different ending to have worked better?
Well, like with Jay submitting Gunther, or like, what do you mean?
Just an entirely different finish. Like,
if it won the submission,
if it
what
wasn't,
other finish would it be?
Yeah,
I was cool with the three. I think he hit three. He definitely hit more than one, but I was cool with the three splashes. If he won that way, that would have been cool too. But I really love the submission one because it further gave you, I guess, like more lore of the fact that, going back to it, Gunther tapping out is a big deal, but he tapped out pretty quickly, which is another like storytelling type of element. You can kind of relate it to when, like, the whole story with Miro in AEW when he was feuding with Bryan Danielson, if you're not aware of. But the key factor was that Miro was this big, bad SOB, right? When you think of Miro, you think of, shit, I gotta run. But he has a weakness, which was his neck. So he can be all big and bad, but even he knows, if you target my neck, I might be in trouble. That could be the same thing with Gunther. If you put me in a submission, that might, you know, I might not survive that. So you can play on that going forward, like, oh, Gunther may seem unbeatable at times, but you see the weaknesses a little bit more, and over time he's going to strengthen that until a new weakness comes up. But it's continuing a story, and you want to continue a story and a journey and all that. You don't want to just beat the man just to beat the man. That's cool, but having that finish was perfect. But if he just did the three splashes, I would have been cool with that too. For sure.
And then one more thing. So, and this is something that I think we actually talked about prior to the most recent predictions about Gunther and his image in regards to being champion. So kind of going all the way back to when him and Damian had feuded, and he technically got help from Finn, and you were talking about how that messes up his character image. So in regards to Gunther tapping out, do you think, like, moving forward, this hurts his, like, dominant image, or do you think it adds layers to it?
So as far as Gunther's character, for some reason, maybe it's specifically with him, or like, just not like specifically him, but like the way that he was booked. He was booked in kind of like, I feel like his IC title reign was just the peak, or like the perfect way, just because it was 666 days as Intercontinental Champion, and he was undefeated. It was heavily talked about, and then he lost to Sammy, which was cool. How are you supposed to, like, reignite his dominance for the world title picture? He got the world title, and even when he got it, I don't know. I feel like this is hard for me to, like, try to sum this up without talking way too much in depth with it, but I feel like overall in the Fed and in pro wrestling period, it's really about, I mean, the story is there, but it's really about the viral moments and the cash grabs and the stuff that kind of, like, the universe lines up. What I'm talking about is Bash in Berlin. At that point, either Gunther was already going to be world champion, or he was going to walk out as the new world champion, because it's in Germany. How often are we going to go to Germany, right? You got Austria, Gunther, world title picture. It just makes sense. But how to capitalize after the fact, or let's say we didn't even go to Germany, would you have done the same thing? I don't know. But with Gunther, I want him to stay prominent and dominant and be like a top heel, contender for like years to come. But I just hope that it's not doing it for the sake of doing it for crowd pops and numbers and seat fillers. Because Gunther is great and you can still do so much with that. But I want him to stay prominent going forward. Is he going to? Time will tell. I like Gunther as a dominant heel. Like, he needs to be up there because just not many people are like that. But I want him to. I hope. Just don't put him in mid card. Just keep him up there. Like,
yeah, and on top of that, like at this point in his career, there is no reason to put him back in mid card. He's literally proven, like Gunther has proven since he came to NXT that he is that guy. Like, he is champion like material. And even he said it in the promo before WrestleMania, that 80% of his career he's been champion. Or he's been a champion. And he was champion, I think, for NXT for I think over 600 days. I could be wrong. He was Intercontinental Champion for 666 days. And then for World Heavyweight Champion, I think it was like 300 and something. I could be wrong. But in regards to this loss, I think I would like them to showcase like a certain side of Gunther that's like he's already ruthless, but like, I don't know. I don't want to see this version of Gunther that's like doubting himself. You know what I'm saying? Because like we already seen that. You know what I'm saying? And like, okay, this is like, it's cool for the character. Like, this kind of shows that he has like you said, like he's not unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely beatable. But like for right now, like there's this point where it's like, nah, like you got to go straight Terminator, bro. Like nothing can stop you. Like I would book Gunther as like a truly unstoppable force. I lost my world title. I'm dogging all of y'all niggas, like straight up. You know what I'm saying?
You know who's gonna be one of them? Jey Uso, because he's gonna get his lick back. I told you. I like Jey, but Gunther's gonna be a 2-time world champion before you know it.
Yeah, and I can see that too. It's just,
you know.
I know, but
I told you.
But yeah, I mean, I would like for Jey to enjoy his reign a lot more than he did, a lot more than what was given to him as Intercontinental Champion. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely enjoy it for I'd say a few months. Let him hold it for, a pay-per-view or two. And then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? At least that would give at least me the satisfaction. But I know it's a business. It's probably not going to happen that way. If it does, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think at this point in Gunther's career, like, I don't even think being a dog is like even in the cards. Like, it just is what it is at this point, So that's kind of this kind of my 2 cents about it.
Solid.
Yeah.
So okay, we recorded our predictions the week of WrestleMania. We had not seen Monday Night Raw or the SmackDown leading up to WrestleMania. Some hefty changes happened within the week. I think more than one match had to change on the fly or something happened. It is what it is. Usually it doesn't happen like that, but this year it definitely happened. So we had on El Grande Americano, Starbucks, basically, right? We had Starbucks versus Rey Mysterio. Now, what no one predicted, because it happened on SmackDown the night before WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio got injured. He had to get pulled out of the match, which sucked. But right when I heard that he was getting pulled out the match, I already knew who was going to be the replacement. It was clearly going to be Rey Fenix, which was the right choice, but at the same time, it's kind of weird, but not really. What do I mean is that Rey Fenix had just came into the Fed. I think he was only there for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You really don't want him to take a loss at Mania, but if Chad Gable, right? If he was going to win, if he was scheduled to win, and you bring in Rey Fenix, who shouldn't win, I mean, you can kind of like take that small L. Like, it really wouldn't, it's not going to hurt Rey Fenix, I don't think. It's really not going to hurt him. He got called up, you can kind of like get past that super fast, right? Just given the situation. But first of all, I'm proud of Rey Fenix and Penta for getting to the Fed, and they're already at WrestleMania together, which is fucking stellar. Bro. Like, that's beautiful. Like, they got to the Fed, which was their lifelong dream. And on top of that, they're in WrestleMania. Not the pre-show, the actual show, which is like, damn, like, that's such a cool moment in life to aspire to. But anyway, the match, we both predicted Starbucks to win, and he did. Yeah. It's not a match that I would go back and, like, look at it again. It was just an kind of match. You could have ran it on either Raw or SmackDown, to be honest, but it was there. It was okay. It was cool. My thing is, how long are you going to be doing this whole metal piece into your mask type of thing? Because, like, you're going to have to catch on very quickly. Like, that. Hopefully, WrestleMania was the last time you do it, because then it's just going to be like, oh, we already know what's going to happen, and then yada, yada, yada. Personally, I don't like the gimmick. I'm going to just be honest with you. I feel like it's just too real given the world at the moment, but the match was okay. Yeah. Where they go, I hope Chad Gable kind of just drops the whole thing. Like, it was cool for a little bit, just Rey Fenix, he'll be fine. It's fine. But it's interesting. You know what's crazy? It's interesting that they're doing this with Chad Gable, and I'm assuming they didn't know where the company was going to go prior to this gimmick. But with WWE acquiring AAA, and we found this out the day of WrestleMania with all these luchadors and stuff, is this really good? I don't think this gimmick's going to be lasting long, which is good, because now you got a whole plethora, a whole portfolio of luchadors that you can use. Please drop the Grande Americano one. I feel like this is going to make it worse, but that's just my 2 cents, and I got a lot of money in my wallet. So, what did you think of it?
As in regards to the match, I thought it was pretty good. Because there for wrestling fans, there's always that one match that's like, okay, I can step away for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some popcorn. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like okay, let me just, you know what I'm saying? But I thought this match was pretty good for what it was. It sucks that Ray got injured, because I saw somewhere he was gonna bring back his iconic like shoot from the stage.
That would have been clean.
But it didn't happen because of his injury, which once again sucks. Yeah. I kind of already thought the match itself was kind of like random, you know what I'm saying? And because like we had already talked about like, okay, well, where's, you know what I'm saying? Motor City Machine Guns, or the fucking, you know what I'm saying? DIY. Where's, you know what I'm saying?
Where's like, what's going on?
The Street Profits. That was happening. You know what I'm saying? So there was already a lot going into that. So it just kind of, like I said, weird. But like I said, match was good. I enjoyed it. Proud of Rey Fenix for even being on the card, because it's like you said, bro. Like, both Penta and Rey are like they're at WrestleMania. Like, who would have thought, like, like seeing these two in WWE after knowing what they've done in AAA and AEW, and just so many other promotions, you know what I'm
Lucha
saying?
Underground, TNA,
Yeah.
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? And all these other promotions, and it's like, holy shit! Like they're like Penta's already in the title picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, regardless if it's mid card or whatever, like that's still like a prestigious title. And the fact that he's fighting for that, and then you have Ray who's on the card. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he wasn't even supposed to be there. Like this is the last minute thing, and it's like the fact that he's even projected is like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And so like, yeah, I thought the match was good. Would I watch it again? Probably not. That backflip that Gable did though was crazy. That shit went kind of hard.
I'm having a hard time remembering what did he do that?
He did like was that Gable or was that Phoenix?
It just shows you how much we care about them.
Nah, because I think it was Gable, bro. He did like a double backflip, and like,
Was Phoenix on the ground?
Yes, he was in the match.
It was like a reverse, like
It was like a double reverse moonsault.
450 or something.
Yeah.
He like landed, on
his
flush,
back.
but then he kind of rolled through it, and it looked kind of scary because I thought he was gonna roll on his neck or on his head. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Both of their color schemes of their
Man, that's
of their
another
gear
thing.
it was kind of similar, bro. So that kind of
happened
fucked me up
across
a little
like
bit.
2 or 3 matches on the card. I'm like, why y'all wearing the same thing? Y'all didn't talk about this? Like,
I mean, shit. Well, the one that we really want to talk about, we'll save for the end.
Yeah.
Or at least for the end of night one. But also, let me ask you. So you kind of already answered one of my questions in regards to Chad Gable's portrayal of El Grande, which, like you said, needs to stop at this point because it's a little. So considering the implications of WWE acquiring AAA, do you think that we're gonna get I always mess up his name. Vikingo? Vikingo? Yeah. Like, do you think we're gonna get any involvement of like seeing him?
I mean, how WrestleMania played out with him kicking Chad Gable right before the bell rang, kind of like plants the seeds for that. I mean, we're also conditioned viewers, right? We've been watching wrestling for a long time, so we can see like the little stuff. I'm like, oh, this is gonna make sense later on, or this is planning of the seeds for this feud, and we can kind of telegraph where it's gonna go. I would like to see it, but it just depends on how lucrative is this acquisition of AAA with the WWE. Like, what are they gonna do with it? Like, are they gonna treat it kind of like NXT, of where it's like maybe its own show, or are they just gonna consolidate their roster with the Fed's roster? But at the same time, with Vikingo, he still does collaborative work with AEW and other promotions too. So it's like, what's that like? We really don't know. I would like to see it because I think it'll be cool, but I don't know. It's hard to call. It's hard to call because in a way, this is kind of monopolizing, which is what someone else in the past used to do, but to the extreme. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Well, this is how I look at it, is because also there was a video of Rock in a New Japan shirt.
Oh, brother.
So, with seeing that, I was like, oh, wow.
Right, I saw the same video. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, so I feel like in regards to this, what's happening is that Forbidden Door is opening, like, legitimately. Like, you've seen it with NXT teaming up with TNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's still WWE, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, where there's a possibility that WWE and New Japan might, do a little something. And then I feel like down the road, we're probably may get some sort of partnership going with AEW. I'm not too entirely sure, but at this point, with how everything is going, business is business, and yeah,
I'm not saying never, but I'm saying I'm 98 to 99% sure this stuff will not happen. Just given how big they are. Pause. But it when it comes to like a forbidden door, the premise is like you go through it and you go back out it. Versus with AAA, there is no door. They took the door. Like they own the door now. So with the Fed in New Japan, first of all, at this point, I feel like The Rock is just smoking mirrors. He's just full of shit. But at this point with New Japan, maybe, I doubt it, but maybe. But when it comes to the Fed and AEW, you got billionaires going at each other. Yeah, business is business, but this is billionaire business versus millionaire business. It's a whole different business now. Like, none of them are going to, like, not like take an L. Let's say we do have a super dream card. You're either going to have this extremely balanced for both people to benefit from it, or you don't have it at all. You really can't have, like, one overtake the other, usually. Unless it's like, I don't know. It's weird. With AEW and New Japan, they already had a pre-existing connection. So they kind of had a foundation already. You got these two rivals. These two, the number one and the number two, as far as North American wrestling. That, like, picture it. Roman Reigns versus fucking Jon Moxley. Why not? We'll do that. Who's going to win?
Yeah.
You would think Roman Reigns, but I'm like, what if Jon Moxley's like, that's my dude, but I don't want to take the L either. What do you do then? Now you're stuck. You can't come to a conclusion. You might as well not do it at all. You know, like, sometimes it's best not to do it. Sometimes. But they're just too big. They're too big of companies. But never say never, but okay. But
I mean, we'll see what happens.
I need Chad Gable to take off the mask. If he didn't have the mask on, like, my whole thing is, I'm sorry, we're talking a lot about this one goddamn match. This is my final point with it. With Chad Gable, when he did the whole shtick of going to Mexico or Latin America and trying to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre, if he would have came back with a whole new, like, side bag of lucha stuff, without the mask, without the gimmick, that would have been, in my eyes, 100% better. I'm like, okay, it's a whole new, whoa, what's this? But the mask and the gimmick, it's just, it watered it for me. It really spoiled it. It's just like, we're back to this shit. I thought we retired this type of shit. Okay, sure. But the entry made me mad.
The New Day versus the War Raiders. We both said that the War Raiders are going to retain their titles, but actually the New Day actually are now 14-time tag team champions, which is, wow, insane, right? Now, I think this is another one of those matches where we were kind of like, there's not a lot of build-up, not really much for me to go off of here. Let's just pick who's going to win, because that's kind of what it's been like for the past, I don't know, couple months, you know? But yeah, that wasn't really the case. So yeah, the New Day won. I don't know. How do you think this win impacts the New Day's legacy as one of the most decorated tag teams?
I mean, they were already the most decorated tag teams in the sense of, well, I don't know stat-wise, like, who holds the record for most tag team victories or tag team title reigns, either as far as the Fed or just the wrestling industry as a whole. Them winning was a shock. I feel like it was a shock to a lot of people. My biggest question is, okay, what's next? Like, I don't know where we go from here? Like, obviously, I would like to think like Big E would come in, or like maybe before Big E comes in, the New Day comes out and they're like, "See, we can do this without E." Yada yada yada. We're the greatest, even without him. But either way, it was going to incorporate Big E in some capacity. But I don't know where we go with this. Like, it justifies the heel turn. I'll say that. Usually, when you do a heel turn, that means you're about to get a push for like a title reign of some sort. But this one's like, I don't know. You could have did this on Raw, to be honest. They tried to do a story in like a week's time, really didn't hit. But it was okay, sure. But what's next? I don't know what we do.
I was kind of speculating this, and I know it sounds kind of weird, but what if E turns heel with them? If and when he comes back from his injury.
Elaborate.
So, my thought process is the New Day are always going to be brothers. Forever and ever. Brothers fight, brothers make up. Now, I agree with what you said in regards to the New Day. Like, let's say there's a problem and they're like, see, we can do this without E. E, we don't need you, yada, yada, yada. You left us, blah, blah, blah. And let's say like a new tag team comes out or the War Raiders come out looking for blood. And E comes back and, I don't know, decides to join the New Day again, you know, signifying his in-ring return and kind of just going like that. I don't know, like I haven't like fully like thought it out, but I just have like this implication that like if E came back, he would side with the New Day again and thus making them a heel group again. You know, like it's just something about it that just makes me like, huh.
Hear me out. Let's put you and I in the situation. I will be Kofi and Xavier. You will be Big E. The New Day celebration. Well, let's bring it back. Right, we're gonna celebrate 10 years of the New Day. You come out. You try to celebrate, and I said, "We don't need you. What took you so long? You broke your neck. So what?" That line will always fucking stick with me. I'm like, huh? What if I said, you got a broken neck, why did you come back sooner? Why did you pick this specific moment to take the shine off of us to put it back on you? Can you justify, would you want to join me if I said some diabolical shit like that?
But you see, as diabolical as it sounds, and I hate to be this guy, but I've heard this all before, where the or the antagonist would, you know, blame the protagonist for A, B, and C, but then you come back around and the protagonist ends up becoming the antagonist. Like, you know what? You're right. I should have been better. You know, like, I shouldn't have let you guys down. But I'm here now. You know, I don't know. Like, it's just.
But you gotta be healed though. Like, you gotta be a bad guy.
I don't know, bro.
I feel
like,
you, though. I know where you're going.
Yeah, like it just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I just have that feeling, bro.
Okay.
I just have that feeling. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm cool with that, but.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm open to that.
You know, if it's just. That's just where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
I broke my neck and I gotta join the ops who broke my. Well, they didn't break his neck, but you know.
Yeah, they didn't break his neck, but I mean,
it slipped out my mouth, and you know.
I get you, but it's like I get what you're saying. Like, why would I want to join the niggas that basically told me to go fuck myself and blame me for breaking my own neck? Like, it's weird, but it's WWE, bro. They're gonna find some way to make it sound. Something, you know.
Okay,
so.
okay. That didn't sound exciting when you said it. which begs the question, like, oh, what happened to all that hooping and hollering about Papa H with his booking? Y'all ain't feeling excited about this? What happened? keep that. I'm not saying you, but just, you know who I'm talking about.
You're not saying me, but you're alluding to me.
I'm not. No, bro. Like, ain't no love and brotherhood over here. I'm just talking about people just shouting. These keyboard warriors just shouting for no fuck. Sit down. Drink some water, dumb bitch. Good. Anyway, sorry.
That's all good. What do you think this loss means for the War Raiders, though? Like, where do you see them? Like, do you even see them even
like they need to do
back?
Something? No, they're still gonna be around. They're gonna like run the rematch, but going forward, I don't know what you do with them. Like you either gotta like belt them up again at some point, or something's gotta. I don't know. They're just a tag team, probably, but you need like what prominent tag teams are on the Raw brand? You got the New Day, you got the War Raiders, Judgment Day about to get out of here. Fucking Alpha Academy, the Creed brother. No, they're heels though. Fuck. I don't know. Like they're probably just in the tag team scene with nothing to do until they get fed to a storyline, I suppose. I mean, they're multiple-time tag champs, so they have some legitimacy, but I don't know. It's hard to call. Hard to tell. They'll just be there.
It's still weird, but I guess.
And then we didn't fuse on this one, but I'm happy we didn't fuse because this sounds really selfish. My fault. I was about to say because I was right, but I was happy that I was right. I feel like you probably are happy that this outcome happened anyway. We're talking about
I am.
LA Knight. Yeah,
I am. Yeah.
And Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship.
Yada mean.
All gas, no brakes. Jacob Fatu is here. The right call. The match was fire. But you know what we gotta talk about? We gotta talk about this damn moonsault into the BFT. You talk about
that shit went I don't know how the fuck.
You couldn't have timed that more perfectly. That was perfectly timed by both people. Oh, it felt so big and immense. Pause. But that counter was so clean. It was precise. It reminded me of Randy with Evan Bourne, or Randy with who else did he do it with? Probably not AJ. Oh, probably JD McDonough in War Games. But perfectly timed counters or whatever. Just like, oh, that's Chef's kiss. They're going to be talking about that for a long time. Jacob winning, great. LA Knight, he's fine. But we put the rocket on Jacob, take him straight to the goddamn moon, slowly. But he's going to the moon. Perfect. Loved it. What do you do from that? Jacob and Solo. The U.S., you know what's crazy? The U.S. title scene, once again, now is finally relevant. It's exciting. It's exciting. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm here for this. What'd you think?
And I thought the match was really good. I thought that fucking counter he did was insane.
Chef's kiss.
And you know what? I'm actually happy that I was wrong because, like you said, like I wanted Jacob to win. But it's just, you never know. A lot of things are very, I don't want to say they're predictable, but it's also very unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this day and age of, being a wrestling fan, So the fact that Jacob won, I'm excited. Jacob obviously was the right choice to win the match, to win the title. I can only sense how dominant he's going to be as a champion. And just the character, bro. And it's like, it's one of those things where like the character's supposed to get booed, but he got it so over with the crowd that he's turning babyface practically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't help but to be proud of him. Cause like, even knowing with like his story, bro, like, and to see where he's at now, like, bro, come on. He's main eventing 3 times over.
Oh, absolutely.
In WrestleMania. So,
absolutely.
But let me ask you this. So in regards to LA Knight, what do you think this loss means for his momentum moving forward? Do you think he should move on into bigger feuds now? The main title picture, or do you think he should stay where he's at?
I feel like he's really solid. I hate to say this, but like really solid in the mid card. He could definitely do like upper mid card, like U.S. title or mid card title territory. We still do have the draft coming up at some point. So let's say he gets drafted to Raw and the World Heavyweight title stays on Raw without them switching the belts and shit. I could definitely see him as the World Heavyweight Champion instead of the WWE one, because that's like the tippity top, like above the World Heavyweight. But he could definitely have a run with the Workhorse Championship. I could definitely see him with that. But he's still going to be prominent. He's still over to a capacity. You know, he's not going to be not over. So he's fine. He's really fine.
Okay, cool. I just hate to see like his character being so like not used properly. Not
How
saying
so?
that he hasn't had. Hold on, I was still.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, yeah. I'm very quick with it. My fault.
No, you're good. Oh fuck! I forgot my point.
You didn't like how the way he's booked.
So at first I wasn't really liking because it was just very like slow. But now kind of seeing that in regards to like the matches and just seeing like the trajectory of everything and how it's going, it's like okay, him being at the mid card scene is okay. Would definitely love for him to be world champion at this point. Should have been world champion, but you know, because it's weird. He's been here for like what, 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I could be. Am I wrong?
Oh no, no, it's not like the. I'll let you finish.
Yeah. No, I was just. Anyways, Anyway, yeah, I'm just hoping that his character at some point gets a bigger push. What he's doing right now is great. But hopefully some point, you know, he'll get, you know, that championship, the big gold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next match, we're going to be talking about Tiffany Stratton and her defending her title against Charlotte Flair. Because, good God, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared for Tiffany. I was scared for this match. I was scared for Charlotte even. Because God knows what could have happened had she had won this title. But she didn't. Thank God. And I think Tiffany even winning this match, I think further solidified her in the women's division. Because Tiffany's always been fire. And the fact that she's champion and actually holding her own against someone like Charlotte Flair, fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Now, in regards to Stratton winning clean over, dare I say it, a 14-time women's champion, do you think it signified some sort of like passing of the torch? Or do you think it's more about like Stratton like establishing her dominance in the division?
The latter. I don't think it's a passing of the torch that much, just because Tiffany hasn't been on the main roster that long to justify it in my eyes. But I mean, there's other people that definitely could, like, I guess, pass the torch. I think the biggest one probably would have been Rhea at WrestleMania 39. But other ones outside of that, see, the thing with Charlotte, and this is just my gut feeling, I feel like she's kind of one of those, like, litmus tests. Like, can you actually do this? Like, you're on the big stage. Can you get past this end-level boss? Like, can you prove yourself? Because if need be, the end-level boss will cheat and will do whatever it needs to do to, like, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Like, you're going to be cut down. If you can't pass this, we're going to cut you down. But if you can beat me, depending on the reception, how you perform, it's kind of like an audition in a way. She's kind of like a checkpoint to where, okay, here's the ceiling. Can you get past it? Yeah, you're the champion, but notice my status even without the title. That's a certain league. Can you be in my league right now? I feel like that's Charlotte's whole shtick right now, or it has been for a little bit. But the match itself, it was a bit messy, but I felt like because of the story, or because of like what led up to it, with like this being extremely personal, and to where it was kind of like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable. It's a little much, but it kind of fed into it. I didn't want like a clean match. I'm kind of glad it was messy because it made sense story wise. Right decision for Stratton to win, and we both got that right. But Tiffany, I feel like is in a whole new bag, kinda. It's like, okay, you beat Charlotte. Nice. Not a lot of people can say that. Okay, keep that going forward. But of course, Charlotte was always going to be fine. But this made Tiffany a little bit more legit. Like, okay, you beat Charlotte Flair. Nice. Cool. You got it.
I mean, she did beat Charlotte Flair, too. So
damn, you got me. That was good. That was good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Very good indeed.
Very good indeed, my friend.
Do you want to talk about Naomi versus
let me.
Jade? Yeah, go for it.
All right. On the other side of that, right, we had a very highly anticipated match because the story was there. It was told for a long fucking time. It was Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, I haven't been watching SmackDown prior to WrestleMania usually because I'm working, life, adulting. It sucks. It's a scam, too. Y'all didn't tell us nothing. Anyway, with Naomi being on SmackDown, she made the heel turn a while ago, or it was exposed. I don't know if she had a match or like had an entrance or anything like that, but the theme was cool. I liked the way that she went with a metal route with the theme. Like, give it a little bit. I feel like it's really gonna hit like beautifully. Like people are gonna know, like, oh, that's actually kind of fire. But this was my first time seeing the entrance. I thought it was presented beautifully. I like the whole caution thing. I feel like it's a refreshing gimmick for Naomi, but a refreshing gimmick, period. Like if anyone else did it, it probably wouldn't have been so cool. But since it's Naomi, it's like, damn, that's just kind of fire. Jade came out looking like a star, wrestling like a star. They did have some slip-ups here and there, but you know what? It's WrestleMania. You're surrounded by 60,000 plus odd people. That's a lot of eyeballs on you. You're probably going to be anxious and or excited and all that kind of stuff. So slip-ups may happen. The match was solid. I liked it. We both thought Naomi was going to win, but she
got dogged.
She get dogged the whole time, but I feel like it really showed.
Not the whole time, but just at, when Jade did that,
But like, I feel like this was more so a showcase of like Jade's move set. Like, can you really go? This is your first singles match at WrestleMania. Can you really hang? Can you really do it? What you got? You can't just do a pump kick and another power move and call it a day. Like, no, how much you got? It's kind of like the whole Tiffany Charlotte thing, but instead of Charlotte, it's Naomi, because Naomi been around a long time too. I think even longer than Charlotte. But it's like, can you really hang? Can you really do this? Like, let's see what you got. Can you really hang with the big time? And Jade held her own. Had some really good spots. You know, the outfit, as fire as it was, Jade, you need a little bit more on the skin, because you had a lot of calls where some things was thinking. I mean, we was looking because we were observing the match, but
I think it was just fine. I think it was great.
Look at Rondu salivating, bro. Get a paper towel. You got all that sweat on your forehead. It was solid. I liked it. Where we go from this, I think Naomi will be fine. Jade, I guess this is like Jade properly being in a singles route, which is good. And we'll see. We'll see.
If you had to book their next match, would you make it a no DQ, submission only, or an Iron Woman match?
No DQ.
No DQ?
Yeah.
I think that's only right. Actually, if they really played this the right way, I feel like that would be a great ending to their feud as a no disqualification. And then Jay gets it back in blood and she pushes her off a truck onto a car.
Damn! This man. Golly! We can't have Naomi off screen. Damn! He said,
give her an off-screen
Naomi
death.
getting the link back, but then Jay's gonna also kill her too. I'm like, huh? What? Oh my god!
I think that shit would go crazy, bro.
If they do run it back,
views.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say that viewership would go crazy.
But if they do run it back and Naomi gets it back, they're gonna have to do a rubber match. And at that point, what do? It's like maybe. Well, hold on, because I don't know when the last time they did it. I'm talking
I was
about.
gonna say.
Go
Hell in a
ahead.
Cell?
No, because I just want to say that. I'm trying to think when's the last time they had it, because again, Hell in a Cell is one of those things you only want to have it confined on average maybe once a year, but you really want to still space it out to make it seem more special. You know, you really want to reserve it for like the real deep blood feuds. But this one could definitely have that. Like this definitely has that level. But you don't
Has
want
there ever been like a bloody women's match in WWE?
in the Fed?
Yeah.
I really it's hard to say just because it's the Fed and they really don't even do blood with like the man. What? The men. I was thinking of men and male at the same time.
The ma'am.
The males.
Yeah.
They really reserve it even with the fellas and shit. So as far as a female, I'm trying to think when's the last time.
Yo.
I don't think there ever was a time where they purposely made a female bleed. And I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think they ever did.
I'm telling you, if they ever did that between those two, the viewership would go crazy. The viewership would go crazy. And get this, and I know you hate that I'm saying this, but it's gonna happen because we've seen a glimpse of it. Bianca.
Here we go.
Turning heel.
Oh boy.
Thus summoning Jade versus Bianca. With Bianca being the headmaster the whole time. That's not the word I wanted to use, but y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Ringleader?
The ringleader, yeah.
Well, not ringleader, but like the fucking there is a word for it. Not
Yeah, I just can't
general,
think of it.
but not instant. Yeah, y'all know what we're talking about. If you don't, Google. There you go. That's definitely SummerSlam for sure. Has to be.
Has to be. I'm telling
That's
you.
SummerSlam. We can't wait a whole year for this feud to happen at Mania again. SummerSlam.
Yeah. It's the only that's the only way it's gonna happen.
Don't push Naomi on a car windshield though.
Oh my god, dude, the viewership.
Man, fuck them. That's why I was talking about the whole cash grab and the whole like y'all just doing stuff for ratings, which I get, but like make it make sense, like storyline wise. Like she just turned heel. Let's enjoy Naomi heel because I love Naomi heel. I feel like it's the best. So
Okay. Now, I'm gonna let you start this one off for night. Finish this for night one.
I hate to say I told you so, but bitch, I told you so. We're talking about the main event of WrestleMania 41 Night 1. Now,
Which we both got right.
We both got right. We got that fusion down pat, boy. No ops is fucking with us.
We knew it was gonna happen, but
yes,
not in the way we thought. Yeah.
It just made sense. But we're kind of gonna get our words right. Number one.
Fuse?
No. I was gonna say we're going to dissect how everything played out because this was honestly a masterpiece from top to bottom. Let's talk about the entrances. Bro.
Yep.
Right. So Seth came out first. He came out to his theme or whatever, and then he came out with a flamethrower. I'm like, what? Just come out here with a flamethrower for? Like, what? Burn it down? I get it. What you need? This is so whack. And then he turned around, and he burned the whole stage. Not the stage, but you know, like, because it was all LEDs, right? He burned down the tower. He burnt down the shit. I'm like, that's just kind of clean. The lights went off. And he turned it. He got the white gear. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. Yeah. White gear Seth Rollins was divine. But that was very appropriate. It was apropos. Went to the ring. And then we got Roman Reigns second. Which confirmed that Punk was going to have a live crowd. Or live band. Let me call her. There you go. But, dog, I ain't gonna lie. I got emotional when Roman came out. Because throughout the entire set of WrestleMania, you had these what looked like floating or hanging LEDs, right? They were just part of the whole ambiance. But Roman's entrance, they really shined with that one. He came out there by himself, or did he? Did he though?
No, he was by himself.
No,
I know what you're right. I know what you're alluding to. My bad.
He wasn't by himself. Yeah. He had the spirit of his family with him, and there was this this heavenly shot, pun intended, of him walking down the ramp, and his dad was behind him on the big screen. I'm like, I'm about to start crying because his father passed away a few months ago. It was really sad, and his uncle as well, the Wild Samoans. But just seeing that shot, and I saved it on my phone because this is one of them pics that go hard. Because it was just like, man, I know this was super special for Roman, the family. This is just like, this is beautiful. And the fact that they use these LEDs to capture that he came out by himself, but he really wasn't by himself. He is the epitome of the family. I'm like, this is, y'all ate with that. Y'all motherfucking ate with that, right? He came out there, and then Living Color was on the stage. My boy CM Punk came out with
the gray hoodie.
Heyman, looking like 2014 and before that. And shit, it felt good. It felt good. You could tell, you see how happy he was? Punk was so happy. My motherfucking man, Phil Brooks, was happy. He came out there. The entrance was beautiful. This triple threat was solid, boy. That was solid.
Yo, I'm telling you, the amount of times, I don't know how many shits, fucks were thrown. Bro, there was the sequence. The sequence where Punk hits Roman with a go to sleep. Then Roman backtracks on the ropes, spears Punk, then fucking sets Seth up for the fucking stop. Oh my god! Bro, I might have got the entire sequence wrong, but all three of them fucked each other up within a 20-second time span.
No, I think what happened is Punk GTS Seth. And no, it don't even matter. You're right though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't even. This match spoke volumes, and it's crazy because we all, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, and I don't want to speak for you, but I think I might speak for you for a second.
Let's see.
I think you were also against it at first too, with this becoming a triple threat, because we all knew what we wanted.
Oh yeah. I was against it right when it happened.
Yeah, but it's like, now we got a story. Now you know what I'm saying? Because all this shit, bro, it all, like, came together so perfectly. Or it's like, damn, now I even forgot that I even want this. Because now I'm happy we got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, and I feel like I feel like I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway, because I'm going to also give my 2 cents. Mm-hmm. In regards to the storytelling leading up into the triple threat match, how would you grade it? How would you grade it?
On a scale of what?
On a scale to 1 to 10. Let's do it.
1 being the worst and 10 being great?
Yeah.
The entirety of the storyline leading up to WrestleMania, from the Royal Rumble up to WrestleMania, I'm going to give it a solid... Oh, shit. You know, I'm going to give it... Man, because goddamn. Like, the fuck? This is kind of tough. Because this actually spans before the Royal Rumble. This actually spans when Raw was on Netflix. Mm-hmm. No. Because I was thinking about the steel cage. That definitely happened after...
Oh shit! You know what?
Yeah, because the stomp took out Roman, and then he came back at the steel cage. Okay.
Doesn't this really stem from War Games?
I mean, yeah, technically, yeah. No. You know what this stemmed? This stemmed from when we went to SmackDown, and we had Paul and CM Punk in the ring at the same time for the first time in a long time. It really stemmed from there. With all three of them. but
Because he asked
technically
to
all
take
four.
him with him.
But, yeah, it really stemmed from that. But to answer your question, I'm not gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a solid 9 though. Because right when it happened at the Royal Rumble, all three of them got eliminated. It was like, well, how the fuck are you gonna do like this? Why? Like they're too big of stars for this to. They don't need that.
Yeah.
But just like Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, let them cook. And they cooked. They had so much storytelling prior to that, but they really made new stories or made also connecting stories to older stories with all three and Paul, actually all four of them involved, which was really good. They paced it out really well. I felt like it really turned up when Seth started speaking up a lot more. And then he was talking with Paul Heyman, like, now you owe me a favor. Actually, did that happen? Oh, that happened the Raw before we did the predictions. No, the Raw before we did the predictions, I think. Because I think the Raw right before Mania, they were talking about, like, oh, what's this whole Wait. I don't know, man.
That had to happen before Mania, bro.
But like, did it happen before we do predictions or after we did the predictions? Because we did it on a Sunday.
Fuck.
Either way, the story was beautiful. I loved it. It was great. The outcome. And here's the thing, because we watched it via watch party, right? And we were trying to figure out, okay, how's this finish going to be? We know Seth's going to win, and you know Paul Heyman is going to have a huge hand in this, right? But how are we gonna get there? Because he's definitely screwing over one of the two. He ended up screwing both. But I called the finish right when the bell rang that technically, since it's a triple threat, this is technically a no disqualification match. You can do whatever. A chair is gonna come out. Paul went over and grabbed the chair, and I said he's gonna grab the chair, and it's gonna seem like he's gonna either give it to CM Punk, most likely, or he might even slide it to Roman Reigns. He's going to slide it past both of them, and it's going to somehow get to Seth. I was kind of right, like 3/4 right. He did give it to Punk, but then Heyman screwed over Punk, and we saw it coming, but he also screwed over Roman. He got up, and I know you peeped this. Seth extended his arm out without even looking at Paul. He extended his arm out, give me the chair. Paul gave him the chair, and then that was it.
Yeah.
All according to plan. Right decision. Yeah. It was apropos. And now we have this yearning of what's next? What does this mean? How is Roman gonna react? How does Punk react? Like Seth and Paul Heyman? What? What does this mean? We gotta see.
Do you think Paul's betrayal, and this is gonna go into us talking into the main event of night 2, but do you think Paul's betrayal was bigger than Cena winning his title win?
Oh, absolutely. By a landslide. Because we all knew Cena was gonna win.
Yeah.
It didn't matter how it was going to happen. We knew he was going to walk out as champion. With Seth, I mean, even though we knew Heyman was going to turn on Punk and or Roman, but it's like just the visual of Seth and Paul Heyman. Because really, Seth don't need Paul Heyman. Because usually you would like put Paul with people that, not to say they can't really cut well promos. Hell, even because Punk can cut a promo, they're kind of par for par with promos, but like they just they have a storied history even way before they were in the company. But over the years, I guess maybe it's conditional thinking that you pair Paul Heyman with someone that really can't hold their own on the mic by themselves. So you have like an advocate, you have like a wise man to do most of the talking aspects and shit like that. But Seth was already great on the mic, but it's like you got these two diabolical forces teaming up with each other. It's like when Austin turned on The Rock when Vince went heel or some. No, Austin went heel, teaming up with Vince at WrestleMania 17. It's like,
17,
what the fuck does that mean? Like, what does this mean? So it kind of felt like
bigger,
that.
Yeah.